Hello, welcome to Galicianski Home. As we started this series, inviting you into our home and sharing our story. Today, you are up for the real cool treat. Today, I'm with my beautiful daughter, whose name is.
Tatiana.
I'm glad she remembered.
I don't know, it's hard and hard to remember things sometimes as a middle child, because you're so often forgotten. That's a joke. I'm
That's
teasing.
our story.
That's what we're going to be talking about.
Yeah, we're talking about the life of a little child.
Yes.
What is her part of the story when she moved to United States? I don't even know if she remember where she was born and where she spent 5 years of her life before she arrived into this country. But why we are on Zoom? Because she lives on the East Coast and we live on the West Coast. Yes, because
Couldn't handle my awesomeness. They had to move as far away as possible.
to give her space
Yeah,
to spread
I
her
need it.
optimism. Okay,
Mm.
Tatiana, welcome home.
Thank you.
Welcome home.
Thank you for welcoming me home. Thank you for not forgetting about me and for
Yeah,
including me after all these years. You finally.
you can hear that she don't like drama at all. And
Not at
obviously,
all. Are you kidding
wasn't
me?
taking the drama classes at school at all. She's a diplomat, so
No, I just learned really well from our fail.
yes. So today I want to ask you, I want to share a little bit as they heard the story of how we met and how the beginning of the Galiciansky family and our move to the United States and different things that we share with Papa. So I want to ask you just to share a little bit about what is your experience living in our home was, and maybe how move to the United States affected you, impacted you.
Yeah.
And
So
first of
honestly,
all,
I
can I
think
ask
one of the
what are you
first
passionate about?
what that's so many questions at once. Let me start from the beginning.
Yeah.
Um, when I was zero, no, my first memory in the US, I remember I was 5, I guess, and in kindergarten. And I remember going to school and like us kids, like in SNI, we didn't take any English lessons. So we came just only speaking Russian. Mom and dad took English classes that they later realized were British English. So you have some Slavs walking around asking for, can I get the flat? And these Jersey folks are like, what the heck is a flat? So I feel for them. I don't know how they did it.
What about the
I remember,
toilet? When I was
huh?
asking, where is the toilet in the store? They're like, bathroom? And I'm like, bathroom.
The toilet. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So many stories. But yeah, I remember being 5 and I remember being in kindergarten and I could understand what people were saying, but I didn't have the words to respond in English. So it was really interesting to me that at such a young age, like you're so susceptible to learning so many new things. Um, but yeah, so that's probably my first memory here. And I'm honestly super thankful for what the Lord has done in bringing our family to the US. I feel like there's been so much breakthrough and shift that's happened in our family, personally and spiritually. Um, when we came to the US, like mom and dad will share, we started going to 2 different churches, one that's Russian speaking, one that's American speaking. And they were both great experiences, but the Lord was really moving in the American speaking church. And that's really where I encountered the Lord for the first time. Growing up in elementary school, I was really like I was bullied a lot. I feel like everyone kind of goes through that phase, or most people do. I say the really awesome ones were bullied in elementary school. That's why we're so funny, because we have to compensate for our trauma somehow. Just kidding. I've been healed, but I'm still funny because of it. Um, and so
You learn how
uh,
to survive.
I survived. Exactly. You have to survive somehow. Um, so yeah.
Do you remember anything from going to 2 different churches in the same Sunday? We did it for 5 years. Do you remember the difference?
Yeah, I remember
Who's the
the
one
American
who started
church was,
asking all the questions?
oh, I was the provocative one who wanted earrings and all of that fun
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, the American church was a lot more laid back. and chill. We had that in the morning. You could wear jeans or whatever, and then the Russian church was a lot more formal. But I like to dress up, so I don't think I really minded. So I think it's just like noticing the difference in both things, and I think both expressions of serving God are like there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, I just really am thankful for like what the Lord has done in our lives and in my life. Um, yeah. What else do you want to know?
So, you share a little bit. You don't have any memory from Moldova, yeah?
Just memories here and there, but nothing super
Not a lot, yeah.
significant.
Yeah. But as Tatiana was sharing, when she came, when she moved to this country, she did not literally, when she was going to school, we told her two words to ask if she wanted to go to the bathroom, what to say and how to say. And it was very challenging in the beginning, but then, as kids, they pick up English really well and really fast, and as Tatiana was sharing, noticing, things that we were going to churches, and she's the one who started asking questions. Oh, why we need to change pants for the dresses and go to Russian church? You can go to in pants, only dresses. Which, even though she liked it, but still the questions was real, and we need to answer them. And she's the one who started asking, can I have earrings? I'm like, no, why? It's sin. I'm like, oh, is it? So a lot of questions that we were facing, but then, as we were sharing, you probably were going through a lot of things too, because then your baby brother arrived in this country. So all the attention from you went to the newborn baby. So you were figuring out a lot of things on your own. And, I want to ask you, when did you have the encounter with the Lord? What was your, because obviously till one point you were going to church with us, you had our faith, kind of like, because this is what the parents do, they take kids to church on Sunday school, all kind of activities, but then at one point in your life you were facing your own choices.
Yeah, I think one of the most like significant moments that I remember was at a summer camp that I went to. I think it was the summer right before my senior year of high school. And during worship, the Lord just really encountered me in a beautiful way, and I really felt His just love and pride over me that I haven't ever experienced before, and so that was really transformative in my life. And I never really like had never really strayed from the Lord or the faith in any like huge or big ways. I feel like I've always, you know, been close. And I feel like after that experience specifically, I just got even closer. But I feel like that would be my first real experience for myself. And that really stirred this passion and desire to, like what you're saying, is just build a relationship with the Lord that's my own and not like my family's or my grandparents or my parents. And yeah, so after high school, I decided I applied to a few colleges, got accepted, got some scholarships, but decided against it and decided to go to ministry school for a few years just to really deepen my relationship with the Lord, to know Him more, and to get in turn to get to know who He has created me to be, which I didn't know that in that moment is what I'd be learning, but my heart really was to get to know Him more.
And that was your very first time when you left the home and you went all the way to the West Coast by yourself.
Yes,
And
yep, all the way on the other side of the country,
you choose the
needed that
closest ministry
space.
school.
Huh?
You choose the closest ministry school.
I did, yeah, it was a great excuse. No, yeah, that those 3 years, I did it for 3 years. It was very transformative time. The first year was all about learning your identity in Christ. As in first year, it's diving deep into the word about who God says we are, who He's created us to be, who He is, who the word proves Him to be, what that looks like, and in turn, just being filled with our identity in Christ. That way we can walk in power and authority of who He has called us to be in order to um, make more disciples and to expand the kingdom of God. And second year is all about leadership. What does it look like to lead? It looks like serving. So a lot of ministry opportunities, missions opportunities. And then third year, you put it into practice. So there are even greater leadership opportunities where you get to mentor individuals. And I had the privilege of mentoring 8 ladies throughout their 9 months of their first year environment. So that was those 3 years completely transformed me and have turned me into who I am today, into knowing my identity, knowing my worth, and most importantly, deepening my relationship with the Lord and knowing who He is, and just having deeper reverence and awe of Him.
Yeah, that's awesome. You're so wise. I'm so proud of you. Just want to let you know. But those 3 years not only transformed you and you got to know your identity, but they changed the course of your life. When you came back, you changed completely the course of what do you want to do and who you want to be. Yes.
Yeah, when before I went to ministry school, I thought I wanted to be an anthropologist because I read a 500-page book in one of my AP classes, and I was like, this is so interesting about these tribes. And then I went to ministry school, and the Lord revealed to me that when I was young,
You, yeah.
when I was about 12, I had a dream to be a diplomat. And I completely in I remember it was like the Lord brought me back to that moment. I was actually at it was in DC on a ministry trip. We were serving at some churches in some local areas that were a bit more impoverished. And we were at a children's community center, and on the board it said, "When I grow up, I want to be firefighter, a teacher," and then someone said an ambassador for Christ. And in that moment, the Lord brought me back to a dream I had when I was 10. Like my hope was it would be so cool to be an ambassador. Like I was just in the car, I'm like, wow, that'd be so fun. You get to travel, all this stuff. And then in that moment right away, my own mind was like, no, you could never do that. That's crazy. Just be a teacher. And so I've always said I want to be a teacher. And I never even remembered having the thought or desire until the Lord brought that back to me 10 years later. And so I was like, wow, okay, God, and like the setup of it was just so beautiful. And so I was like, all right, Lord, what does that look like? This could be figurative, it could be, literal, whatever. I'm open. And so I decided to go to school for international relations. So after ministry school, I did 4 years, got my bachelor's degree. Um, and yeah, and now I'm not I'm not working in government in any capacity at the
Yeah.
moment. And I feel like that's the beauty of just having a relationship with the Lord and submitting to him and just following his leadership because his ways are always so much better than our ways and he sees the whole picture while we just see little puzzle pieces. And I love that verse where it says like sometimes he's a light on our path, sometimes he's a lamp to our feet. And I feel like I'm in a season where a lamp to my feet, where it's just like step after step. And I don't fully understand why. And he's still moving and he's still doing amazing things. And I'm so thankful for it. But I'm excited to see
But
where he
while you were at school, you were still interning for DC for different organization, and this is not the end of the story. It's just the beginning. And I love how what you learn, what I see, you learn it in that 3 years of ministry to be obedient. Because we're always quoting that Jesus said that the work that he did, we're gonna do an even greater work. But the first what Jesus did, he was obedient to his Father, to his voice. And I feel like as obedience, you heard his voice, that he reminded you the dream that he put in you, and you dare to believe, and you took a step, what it would look like if I would be obedient, and you did your diligence. And then when you were done, graduated with the school, open and applied to governmental job, God just throw the another job opportunity for you right there. And it was totally out of a different left field, but it was perfect for the time. And you took it. And the rest of the story, God is still writing the story with you. And I love that the step of obedience and trust, because we only can trust the one that we love. And that yeah, I think that's we cannot trust people just you can't just come to somebody on the street and trust whatever they're saying to you because you don't have relationship with them. But with the Lord, you build a relationship and you're trusting with your future. So it's a beautiful story. And I guess we're gonna record with you one more part talking about a little bit just sharing if there's any Dramas. Did you experience any family drama? Because everything you said
Drama?
is so true.
No,
Oh, yeah.
never, never, never.
There is no dramas in your
Drama-free zone. We saved it for our llamas. We saved the dramas for our llamas.
Yes. And we're gonna share about emotions. Do you even feel them? Do you even have them? Or you're
No.
just such a iron lady?
Hmm.
Yes.
That's why I live in Jersey.
Yes. It really is far away from mama.
We have tough skin out here. We don't feel things. And if we feel things, we tell you and we move on.
And then it's your problem, not my problem. Okay, so we tell you it's over for today. We need to move on. And next time we will see you online. Maybe this tough lady will share a little bit about her not having emotions at all. So thank you for sharing the preview to your story. It's
Mhm.
beautiful, it's powerful, and yeah, I wish I would be in New Jersey right now, hugging you.
Love you.
Bye. See
Bye.
you. What do you want to tell them as a final
As a
closure?
final words. So much pressure. Um, don't give up. God is always good. He's always faithful, no matter what. Just look at his track record. If not in your own life, which very, I doubt that he wouldn't be good in your life, then look at other people's lives because if he did it for them, he can do it for you. Last thing, come to Jersey. It's a beautiful state, not country. I was gonna say country, but listen, it could be. So much to do here. But anyways, love y'all. Bye.